Okay, how does the number of sides of a convex polygon relate to the sum of the measures of its interior angles? And you go, could you tell me that in English, Mr. Bierschbach? Well, okay, a convex polygon can be a triangle. How many degrees are in a triangle? 180. Could be a rectangle. How many degrees are in a rectangle? 360. Could be a pentagon. How many degrees are in a pentagon? 270. Not 270, no. Yeah. Well, this is a triangle, right? How many triangles do I have here? 2. So 2 times 180 is 360. How many triangles do I have here? 3. What's 3 times 180? 540. And that's the interior angle sum of a pentagon. So, boom. Triangle has 180. No matter what it looks like, it always has 180. That's not a triangle. So, triangle 180. We go 2 sides, 360. Okay? So, every time we add a side, we add a triangle, right? So, if there's 10 sides, there's 8 triangles. If there's 12 sides, there's 10 triangles. If there's 14 sides, there's 12 triangles, and so on. Okay? So then what we use is a formula to figure this out. And our formula that we're going to use is 180 times n minus 2, or n minus 2 times 180. To find the number of or the interior angle sum is going to be the number of sides minus 2 times 180 degrees. How many triangles can you make? Okay? How many triangles can you make times 180 degrees? Because there's 180 degrees in each triangle. Okay? N minus 2 times 180. That's the interior angle sum. So how many sides are on this little thing? Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sides. So to find the interior angle sum, we'd go 7 minus 2 times 180. So that means there are 5 triangles times 180 is how many degrees? This is the day you need your calculator, because you're going to be doing a lot of these calculations today. 900 degrees, which we see right there. Okay? Okay? So it could be any of these measures. It doesn't mean they all have to be 129 and this one be 126. They can be various measures, but that's how you do it. N minus 2 times 180. Okay? So let's say we had a regular pentagon. Okay? A regular pentagon has all the sides congruent, all the angles congruent. That's what regular means. Is all the sides are congruent, all the angles are congruent. Okay? So, if all sides and all the angles are congruent, we figure out that there's 540 degrees in a pentagon. Right? We figured that out before. 5 minus 2 times 180. Now, if we take that divided by the 5 sides, or 5 angles, each angle is 108 degrees. Okay? So if you take the interior angle sum divided by the number of angles, if it's a regular pentagon, that means all the sides and all the angles are congruent, we can find the measure of each angle. We can find the measure of each angle. Now, Jenna is building a corner cabinet to fit into a rectangular room. Because what happens is, then you have cabinets going this way and cabinets going this way, so the doorway is just right here. It's a corner cabinet. Now, if we know this is 135, and this is 135, and this is a 90-degree angle, and this is a 90-degree angle, how many degrees are left with that? Well, what type of a shape is this if it has 5 sides? It's a pentagon. So a pentagon is 5 minus 2 times 180, or 3 times 180, or 540 degrees, which we've talked about 3 times already. Pentagon has 540 degrees. Now, if we take these two and add them up, they're 270. If we take these two and add them up, they're 180. Well, 180 plus 270 is 450 degrees. So these 4 angles add up to 450. What's left for the last one? Well, if we just subtract, we get 90 degrees. That last angle back here must be a 90-degree angle. Okay, that's how you work with polygons. The school traffic sign outside your school might have 3 right angles and 2 other congruent angles. Find the measure of the other 2 angles. So if this is a 90-degree angle, this is a 90-degree angle, and this is a 90-degree angle, they add up to 270 degrees, right? 3 90-degree angles. Now, this polygon is a pentagon. How many degrees are there in a pentagon? 540. If you didn't know that, you haven't been paying attention, because this is the 4th pentagon we've had now. Okay? So if we subtract, we get 270 degrees. Now, each of those angles isn't 270. 270 is what they share. So if you divide them by 2, how much is each angle? 135 degrees. This angle is 135, and this angle is 135. Okay? Well, guess what? That was the same as this problem up here. 3 90-degree angles, 2 135-degree angles. Okay, exterior angles. Okay, exterior angles. An interior plus an exterior always adds up to 180. So this is a octagon, right? 8 sides, 8 angles. So for an octagon, what's the interior angle sum? Well, 8 minus 2 times 180, or 6 times 180 is what, 1080? Take 1080 divided by 8 once to figure out how much each of the interior angles are. So each of these angles inside here are 135. What would that make an exterior angle if it makes a straight line? 45 degrees. How many exterior angles are there in an octagon? What's 8 times 45? 360 degrees. Okay. Let's take another example. Let's say we have an equilateral triangle. There's 180 degrees in an equilateral triangle, right? So each angle is how many degrees? 60. Boom. 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 So if we make a straight line out of it, what's on the outside of them? 120, 120, and 120. What's 120 plus 120 plus 120? 360. Ooh. Let's take a square. Each angle of a square is 90 degrees, right? So if we make an exterior angle off of each of them, what's each exterior angle? 90 degrees. If we have a 90 and a 90 and a 90 and a 90, they add up to what? Ooh. So we have a pattern going on here. What do we know about the sum of exterior angles of any type of a polygon? They're always going to be 360. The sum of exterior angles of a convex polygon is always going to be 360. That's something to know. Convex. What's a convex? Well, a convex is made up of all outies. There's no innies. What's an innie? That's an innie. An angle that points to the inside is an innie. A convex polygon has all outies. All the angles point to the outside. They're all outies. There's no innies. Okay? So, if it's convex, there's all outies. All right. So, no matter how you draw a polygon, it's always going to have 360 degrees as the sum of its exterior angles, whether it has 3 sides, 10 sides, 20 sides, whatever. It's always going to have 360 degrees as its, yeah, we can even look at that really quick. Boom. Let's go there quick. Boom. So if it has 5 sides, you 360, 72, 72, 72, 72. And I can even wiggle this around, make them weird angles. They're still going to add up to 360. If I move my slider, now I have 8 sides. They add up to 360. If I go like this, they still add up to 360, no matter what I do. But if I make an any out of it, oh, it won't let me make an any out of it. Okay, the program won't let me make an any. But it's always going to add up to 360 degrees. All right. So, what's the measure of angle 4 here? 90. What's the measure of angle 5? 90. So, you're told that 1 and 3 are equal to each other. 1 is equal to 3x and 2 is equal to 2x. Now, we know that 1 is equal to 3x. 2 is equal to 2x. 3 is equal to how many x? 3x, because it's the same as 1. 1 and 3 are congruent. And if 1 is 3x, then 3 is 3x. We know that 4 is 90 and 5 is 90. And what should the exterior angles all add up to? 360. So we can figure out what angles 1, 2, and 3 are by figuring out what x is. What's 90 plus 90? 180. What's 3x plus 2x plus 3x? 8x plus 180 equals 360. So if we subtract 180 from each side, 8x equals 180. If we divide by 8, x equals, what is it, 15? 22.5. See, I was off there. I took a wild guess and I was really wrong. Okay, x is 22.5. So angle 1 equals 3 times 22.5, which is 67.5. Angle 2 is 2 times 22.5, which is 45. Angle 3 is 67.5 because it's the same as angle 1. What's 67.5 plus 67.5? 135 plus 45 is 180 plus 90 makes 360. It checks. These are correct. Okay. Hey, here's another pentagon. What does pentagons always add up to? 540. So, 3x plus 4 plus 7x minus 3 plus 6x plus 12 plus 90 plus 6x minus 3 equals 540 degrees. What's 3x plus 7x? 10x plus 6x? 16x plus another 6x? 22x. 4 minus 3? 1 plus 12 is? 13 plus 90? 103 minus 3? 100 equals 540. So if we subtract 100 from each side, 22x equals 440. We divide by 22, x equals 20. So if we stick 20 in here, three times 20 is 60 plus 4. That makes this angle 64. 7 times 20 is 140 minus 3 is 137. 6 times 20 is 120 plus 12 is 132. 6 times 120 is 120 minus 3 is 117. And then we got 90. So there we go. So the interior angle sum is n minus 2 times 180. Exterior angle sum is always 360. That's the two things that we're working with today. Okay, you're going to be using your calculators a lot, doing some heavy duty algebra, figuring out,